Muchos personas de vuelta con Genshin Impact. Encuentros, Junjin, Canción de Gracia. Tercera vez que trato de transmitir esto. ¿Y por qué? Porque la primera vez, ¿qué fue? Ah, pues sí. Ay, perdón. Llegó Mikfur y pues jugamos. Y como apenas llevaba 14 minutos de stream, pues nadie lo estaba viendo. Dije, pues no hay problema si lo borro, ¿no? Y la segunda vez lo iba a hacer, pero me dio flojera. Me dio mucho sueño y me dormí. Y ahorita me está pasando lo mismo, pero necesito hacerlo.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant.
¿Qué sucede?
Your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yuning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've got to help us find her.
Junjin desapareció.
Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note.
A quien lea esta nota. Últimamente he estado hablando sobre la divina damisela de la devastación con unos amigos y no me sentía satisfecha. Por eso decidí ir al paso Linchu para reflexionar. No se preocupe, volveré en unos días. Junjin. Carta con caligrafía hermosa.
If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
Aquí pone que va a regresar.
That's what I said too, but...
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety. Why does she have to go?
No me hagan esto. No me hagan intentarlo por una cuarta vez. No. A ver. Abrimos una aplicación. Ah, no, pues sí está jalando.
Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking and I need this resolved ASAP.
Ok, me distraje viendo el TikTok.
I'm sorry, but we don't... Your
Traveler? Yep, she's gone. If our audience doesn't get to see you...
That's what I said too.
Look,
ok, solo tuvo un pequeño espasmo el servidor.
Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
No, pero si tiene una visión.
Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
As you can see, this is what we're up against.
Creo que se refiere a que como Junjin es quien canta, es quien compone y demás, el hecho de que resulte herida, si lo vemos de una forma muy comercial, muy de negocios, ella es el producto. Entonces si daña tu producto, bueno, si daña tu producto, pues obviamente su calidad ante el resto pues decrece, ¿no? Creo que eso se refiere. O bueno, su preocupación no es tan exagerada. De acuerdo, lo haré por Junji.
Wonderful. Thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back safe and sound.
Vamos para allá. No te vayas a dormir. Y ya no cantaba el resto porque me podrían demandar. Así es. Nickelodeon podría llegar con su martillo de la justicia y decirme ¡pum! Ahora tu canal es nuestro. Que no sé para qué alguien quiere mi canal. ¿Saben? Lo peor que me podría pasar es que alguien me reclame por derechos de autor, me demande una cosa, gane mi canal y todo lo que yo haya hecho, él se quede con ello y saque provecho de ello. No me molesta porque saque molesto de ello, que de por sí es como que, ok. Me molestaría por... Otra vez está muriendo. ¡No! Me molestaría porque pues es como... son mis recuerdos, son mis cositas. Y me lo está quitando. Seguiré caminando. Sí, sí, sí. Es un mal momento para jugar Genshin Impact. Ok, volvemos. Creo que se debe a que mañana actualizan el juego. Cuidado con las monstruos. Supongo que debo pelear. O no sé qué decía ahí, pero algo así. Se trabó de nuevo. Debo suponer que fue quien hizo esto. Dejen conecto y desconecto cosas. Hoy no es el mejor día para hacerme trabajar. ¿Están matando?
Nothing to fear. Solidify.
Oz, reveal!
Voy. Y creo que el asunto fue arreglado. En este momento tengo un humor de querer morir. Que todo se acabe ya. Ay, por si me escucho el muy apagado, lo cual me causa tristeza, lo cual me causa que me quiera dormir, lo cual me causa pensamientos que me hacen daño, y lo cual hace que precisamente me quiera dormir para no seguir pensando. ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás herida?
Oh, it's you. I do apologize. I didn't see you there.
¿En serio?
What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just
No sé qué
thinking
tan
of scheduling
cerca
a
tengo el
meeting with
micrófono.
you
Estoy
later.
acostado y tengo el micrófono en mi abdomen pancita.
I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
Me envía tu representante.
Oh, I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry. Oh, but on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe. It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking about.
¿Qué estado mental?
Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation. Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity, and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
¿Quieres que lo intentemos juntos?
You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me? I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yunning.
Eso es cierto.
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
Veronica, open the door, please. Veronica, open the door. Door. Me dormiré en lo que carga. Y es que se preguntan por qué quieres hacerlo si tienes tanto sueño y demás. Porque gano 60 protogemas de esto. Mañana gano otras 60, son 120. Y si gano las 60 de la otra, me da para un deseo. O sea, en esencia ganaría 180 protogemas, lo cual se resume un deseo. Que como tal, solo necesitaría hacer 2 finales del de Ningguang, pero pues.
Few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in him. Ah, they've returned.
Yunning, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience. We're just lucky we had the Traveler to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience,
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion?
Que no me agrada Yunjin, que es muy miedosa. Tienes razón, Yunjin. Porque, o sea, al final sí, la seguridad es lo más importante. Porque sin tu cuerpo, sin tu vida, pues no haces nada. Pero dije nada a propósito. Para quien diga, no puedes hacer nada. Pero si siempre estás viviendo bajo ese límite de la seguridad y no lo sobrepasas de vez en vez, pues obviamente no vas a llegar tan lejos. Entonces,
I'm glad you agree. Right, then let's get preparing.
Hey, Traveler, get over here. You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you. Help me convince her that at the end of the day,
días, ahora la estoy
she's
llevando a
gotta fall in
salir
line.
hoy, no mañana, no pasado mañana. Mínimo 2 días se considera plural. Solo hoy, Dios santo. Eso no será fácil.
Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible. But at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, that, Come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me?
Yo quiero ser actor.
You want to become an actor?
Sí.
You do? Oh, yes, of course he does. He was just telling me that he's interested in exploring his dramatic side and, would like you to give him some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
please. This is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now he's here, ready and willing.
Me voy a explotar la cabeza. Pasé de depresión, tristeza a enojo en un solo diálogo. Querido equipo de traducción al español latinoamericano mexicano de Genshin Impact, por el amor de Dios, traduzcan lo más fiel a lo que dicen los personajes, porque es mejor lo que dicen que lo que me están poniendo. Oh, Dios santo. Dijo, vamos, que no es el día que siempre has soñado ya llegó. Siempre hablas sobre ese sueño y ahora que ya lo tienes aquí, ¿dejarás pasar esa oportunidad? No dijo nada de todos los días el viaje, no todos los días se interesa por la obra del libro. No dijo nada relativamente eso, nada. ¿Qué demonios?
Okay, I get it. You can stop now.
Ok, lo entiendo. Ahora puedes detenerte, puedes parar. O sea, aquí la emoción es el hecho de que ella está revelando algo secreto por parte de Yunjin hacia nosotros, de que ella sueña con que nosotros estemos interesados en sus intereses. Y eso obviamente no es algo que lo dices abiertamente porque te da pena decirlo, porque pues hay emociones ahí de que entienden el punto, ¿no? De que quiero que se interese y siempre sueño con ello, pero eso qué quiere decir, ¿por qué sueña constantemente con el viajero interesándose? Porque ella quiere que le guste lo que ella hace, pero pues obviamente te da pena porque cosas, o sea, humanidad básica, maldita sea. Y el anterior diálogo de Yuni no iba a tener nada de sentido del por qué se siente avergonzada, porque no te explica que es un sueño y que constantemente habla de ello. Estoy bastante molesto con ese fragmento de traducción. Oh, ok.
I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me.
Que quieras aprender las artes escénicas de mí.
But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders, then do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally,
Vaya, no se ve que
there's no
ni estaba de tanto.
master.
¿Qué tal entrenador?
What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later.
Ok, yo la primera vez que intenté esto, le puse la primera opción y es exactamente lo mismo.
Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Esta babosa también exagera mucho. Ok, ¿qué hora? Me molesta tanto la situación de la traducción. Porque, ¿cómo explicarlo? O sea, para mí esto ya es algo subjetivo. Si bien, ok, lo traduce y bueno, el mensaje no es el mismo. Ahí sí, hay algunas traducciones por parte del equipo de Genshin que digo, no me molesta. Pero esa en general pierde por completo el mensaje y me importa tanto porque si bien así como tengo mi estado actual de ánimo, me faltaría un DPS. Bueno, no, Coco me la hace de DPS.
This world is full of unsolved mystery.
Debería cambiarme el color, tal vez. Ajá. Algo iba a decir.
I just like to make people smile.
Sí. Porque pierde el mensaje por completo. ¿Me explico? El mensaje es de que ella la vergüenza y con el diálogo como lo tradujeron no tiene nada que ver, no transmite que ella tiene la vergüenza y de que constantemente piensa en nosotros. ¿Y por qué me enoja tanto? Una cosa es que diga, ok, está mal, de forma objetiva está mal, pierde el propósito, pierde el mensaje, una queja. Pero el hecho de que me lo tome tan a pecho es que mi situación actual emocional de la vida, busco cositas que me devuelvan esa alegría de decir, ay, es que se gustan, o ay, es que qué bonito, ay, es que son sentimientos muy chulos, por así decirlo. Y por eso me lo tomé muy a pecho de que es que está mal, me quitan mi romance. Ok.
Punctuality
Yeah.
is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day.
Bueno, ¿por dónde empezamos?
Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through? Huh? Yes,
También la
that's
adiviné
right.
la primera vez.
I'm amazed. Are you this good at everything? Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong. Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness.
Okay.
Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice.
Entonces también tengo que entrenar mi voz.
All
Y aquí
in
me
good
quedé.
time.
La
Grasping
segunda
all
vez
the
no llegué
techniques
lejos.
involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance.
¿Teorías generales?
Of course. I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Tibet, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel? Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually, embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in.
La ira mientras luchaba contra los Fatui. Yo recuerdo más la confianza de luchar al lado de mis compañeros.
Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next, I'd like you to focus on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time.
Derrotar al dios y a los Fatui.
Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out. All at once. Go.
Dios santo, otra vez. No me molesta tanto, pero... Bien, ahora quiero que te imagines que toda esa energía se concentra dentro de ti y que quiero que la expulses. Todo, de un solo golpe. Adelante. ¡Vamos! ¡Ah! Oh.
Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul. Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day.
Bueno, estamos en la playa y es un día sereno.
Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
Bueno, era una situación de vida o muerte.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help you
Sabía
evoke
que
the
iba
emotions
esto.
you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyunstone Forest.
No hace falta ir tan lejos.
Oh, too far away? Don't worry, I was just thinking aloud. Besides, even at Guyunstone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor.
Al menos está más cerca que el bosque de Piedra Gullen.
If you've got no objections, let's head off.
No sé cómo acomodar mis manos con mi control estando acostado. Así es, gente. Juego más sentado. O incluso parado que acostado. Y tomando en cuenta que tengo... Creo que así está bien, sí. Se siente raro. Bueno, el micrófono pegadito. Ahora sí van a escuchar todo lo que produce, los sonidos que produce mi cuerpo.
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that.
Lo que acaba de decir, lo que realmente dijo fue el diálogo. Fue la respuesta que no escogí. Ya ven que escogí la de que era una situación de vida o muerte y la otra decía algo de que incluso para mí era una conglomeración de situaciones muy raras. Esa cosa es exactamente lo que dijo ella.
I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind. But what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with.
Reemplazar.
I'll give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death. But you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you, such as... you bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest, only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
No, la tristeza. Puedo sentirla.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate.
Sobre todo cuando lo haces muy seguido.
But if you're
Se
replaying
vuelve
the
algo
kind
muy
of
normal.
actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through. Come, show me how you normally fight. You can start with monsters nearby.
Ahora vamos a armarlo. Rapidísimo. Vamos con físico. Let's get physical. Ya ahorita no lo estoy usando. Ah, que de hecho ya está en nivel de amistad. Le 10, entonces sí. Ahora en este momento de mi vida de Genshin Impact puedo formar el equipo que se me pegue la gana con quien quiera. No está mal. ¿Qué? Ah, los monstruos.
They're coming. Just do what you normally do in this situation.
Solidify.
By royal decree, allow me. Oh, that was wonderful. Such deft and fluid movements. Just like a real adventurer.
Soy un aventurero de verdad.
Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind.
Yunjin coloca espantapájaros a tu alrededor.
Look at those red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead as those Fatui who brandish the sacrificial knives. Now,
son
let
espadas de
us reenact the
sacrificio.
battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them with the movements you are most familiar with. And... attack!
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
No le hace auto ahí. ¿Qué tal?
I can't fault your movements in terms of technique.
No puedo decir, no fallaste en términos de técnica.
But Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task.
No suena nada fácil.
Still, this was only your first time trying this method, and all things considered, I think you've done quite well. But judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better.
¿Qué método?
Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression, even your emotions, and rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the character you want to portray in your mind, and then work through them methodically and find ways to bring them out.
Es un poco difícil de entender.
Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move.
Que cada vez es más fácil de entender.
It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario. The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds.
Junjin te explica todos los detalles.
Yes, I think that sums it up. There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me.
De hecho, sí entiendo lo que ella está tratando de decir. Porque hubo una época de mi vida en la que por un año, más o menos, un año y cachito, o tal vez menos, no me acuerdo, ya fue hace mucho. Y también yo que mi memoria como que se formateó en cierto punto de mi vida. Fui a clases de teatro. Y pues sí había un poquito de cosas. Y de hecho yo como era el que más jugaba, porque a mí me encanta mucho esa cuestión de roles, de actuar y así. Me lo tomaba súper en serio y también me divertía muchísimo. Siempre me agarraban a mí para hacer algo específico, ¿no? Entonces, y también le echaba ganitas y atención. Entonces entendía conceptos como eso. Estoy listo. No, eso creo.
No need to rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice.
Pero también me parece muy divertido. Pégale bien, idiota. Lo logré. Ok, ya va.
Now that was a little better. You managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching beginners. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song.
Ahora, increíble.
I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing as a performer.
Entonces, si este es el método para principiantes...
Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show.
Pensé que estaba disimulando bien.
Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue opera too.
Mi voz y mi rostro.
Yes. As well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method?
Imitar a alguien similar que conozca.
Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character.
¿Estudiarme te ayudaría a lograrlo?
Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating others are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will always give it a try. Thank you for trying them out as well. It means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class.
¿Cuándo será mi ceremonia de graduación?
Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future. For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about
Eso
you.
estaría muy cool.
When that day comes, I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism. It'll take a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
Vaya, qué maestra tan estricta.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach, I've got to think of something you can call me.
Amorcito, bebé, corazón, preciosa.
I've got it. You can call me
Mi amor.
mentor. What do you think?
Oh, maestra. Oh, primer vistazo al elenco. Ensayar hoy un poco más para que algún día puedan actuar en el mismo escenario. Estamos felices y estamos actuando. Espérenme, no estoy en color canon. Dejen hago color canon. No estuvo mal, estuvo bonito. Pasamos tiempo con Junjin. Aprendimos una migaja de todo lo que ella hace. Estuvo lindo, estuvo lindo. Inshamorax, dame tu bendición. Ahí está. Ok. Ya estoy más despierto. Es que precisamente por eso es que me enojé tanto con la mala, pésima, horrible traducción que hicieron al inicio. Porque esas cositas bonitas, esas interacciones tan preciosas de la gente interactuando entre sí. Ah, chis, este es uno. Órales. Este es el suyo. Sí. Todas esas interacciones bonitas, conocer a las personas, el que te muestren con tanto interés, con tanta pasión, con tanto cariño y tanta paciencia, su pasión, lo que hacen y querer enseñártelo a ti y que tú activamente lo hagas porque pues te interesa la persona y bla bla bla. Y por interés no me refiero a como normalmente se sospecharía que es interés amoroso o algo por el estilo, sino porque te interesa, te importa esa persona, pues. Se me hace muy bonito, se me hace algo muy bonito que yo ya no he podido hacer en mucho tiempo. Incluso cuando pude llegar a hacerlo, se veía frenado por muchas otras tonterías que tan solo es molesto. Pero el punto es que por eso es que me molestó tanto. Que esas cosas me hacen sentir feliz, me suben mucho el ánimo. Y que me lo arruinen o que no lo traduzcan bien. Uff.
Look, I get you have to take better care of your. We're just lucky we had the.
Well, while I'm off stage,
You.
So?
Y la seguridad debería ser lo primero.
Exactly. Just think of all the people coming from far and wide just to show you their support.
Why do you make it sound like they are coming to see me and not the show?
Well, same difference, isn't it?
I don't think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar.
Sobre todo aquellos que vinieron de muy lejos.
And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again. So I suppose I will put my training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew. I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troupe is finally gonna start listening to reason. I'm gonna head back and see how the set is coming along. Don't go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll head back and do some rehearsing. It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues.
Es mucho más seguro.
Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me. If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayu Tea House.
¿Qué no en unos días? Días, es el día de mañana. Ahí es más entendible. ¿Qué hora? 20:23. Espera. 28, 23, 11. ¿Eran 3 horas? Wow, ok. No, start options, perdón. 3 horas. Que yo no lo he comentado. Creo que no. Resumen rapidísimo. Mamá veía televisión. Televisión mostraban a John Milton, un hipnotista famoso. Escríbanos ahora, ganen boletos. Rápido, hazlo. Escribo. No pasó nada. Solo los primeros 50. Uy, qué tristeza. Se me hace que no. En la tarde noche de ese mismo día. Día siguiente. Pues sí, sigue siendo. Es que. ¿Qué hora estaba? Pues neta no sé. Ajá. Y pum, dice: felicidades, has ganado 2 boletos para ir a ver el show de John Milton el jueves a las 8 de la noche. Duró 2 horas y cachito, 2 horas 20. Todo muy bueno. Todo muy, muy bueno. Ahora sí. Esa canción es de, creo que un comercial de shampoo. Pantene, tal vez. Es un comercial de shampoo. Espero que con eso le reduzca la búsqueda. Si a alguien le interesaba el porque si yo, ciertamente, no lo inventé. ¿Qué tan pobres?
Leo Opera is really something, but Leo Opera performed by Miss Yun, now that's something else. Thrilling performance. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Your reputation is well deserved.
Well,
Burgues.
I've had the pleasure of seeing the talented Miss Yun on stage many a time in the past, but the songs still sound fresh and new every single time.
Será de... Ay,
It's been barely a few days since I
plantas.
last saw you perform. But once again, Yun Jin, you've progressed by leaps and
Es que según yo
bounds.
aquí en Yu no existen esos títulos.
Oh, you're far too kind, both of you.
Sumeru.
I'm still new to the profession, but I
No,
promised
tampoco creo.
myself when I joined the troupe that I would strive to develop myself as a performer every day. And I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Nonsense. You're too humble, Miss Yun. You're a major celebrity. Who in Liyue hasn't heard the name Yun Jin?
In the circles I move in,
Yo, antes de
anyone who
conocerla.
says they've never seen Yun Jin on stage is at risk of getting laughed out of business. As it happens, I have a business meeting at the Xinyue kiosk with a client who is also a big fan of yours. So, I was wondering if you'd perhaps like to join us for the meal.
Oh, me too. I booked a table at the Lioli Pavilion and was hoping you might join me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but I won't be able to make it. I'm very grateful for the invitations, but I'm afraid I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, traveler?
Perdón por llegar tarde.
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass this up? I mean, you can always reschedule. Wait a second, you're...
Soy tan famoso en Liyue.
I guess it's not going to work out today, then. Maybe another day, Miss Yun.
Este pinche burgués come
They took
caca.
it pretty quick. Do they know something I don't? I guess I'll be leaving too. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Take care, both of you. Sorry that I can't see you off.
El burgués mató Maucha y Maxim Shmanata Prisha.
Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again. Look at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry Moutsai is in awe of you.
Tesoro Nacional.
I feel a little sorry for Xinyue Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste.
¿Quieres que vayamos al kiosco Xinyue?
I don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late. But it's fine. I have a better place we can go. Let's head downstairs. I owe you a big thank you tonight.
Bro? Bro? Junjin. Yo soy maldita anciana de muchos años. Mínimo 500 para arriba.
Miss Yun? Oh, wow, it's really you! I have just a few questions, if you don't mind.
Hey, get back here. Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange an interview, you'll have to liaise with my manager.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you
Miss Yoon, I'm interested to know why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance.
You noticed that?
Yes, based on the original script, that scene would see your character perform the Adeptus Walk. But the addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more...
Animated.
Yes, yes! But delicate and graceful, like a crane.
Oh, sorry. Which publication are you from? How come I haven't met you before?
Oh, well...
Yeah, we're from the Steambird. I am Boy Yi, the editor-in-chief. And this young lady is Shuryun, one of my journalists. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Oh, I see. You're from the Steambird. Then it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
That's very kind of you, but really, my level of knowledge is very basic compared to yours.
Hey, Miss Yoon is throwing you a bone here. Make the most of it, okay? Talk to her! Talk to her!
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be. Then I'd really need to clear this interview with my manager.
Si algo he aprendido es que, por lo que estoy entendiendo, ella sí quiere hablar con ella. Y lo que lo está frenando es eso de tiene que aprobar la entrevista a mi representante, pero yo quiero hacerlo, pero mi asistente. Entonces creo que la mejor opción sería aprovecha esta oportunidad, habla con ellos.
But what about our plans?
Yo también quiero ir a tu historia.
Really?
Y en vez...
Sure.
Oh, es que esto es genial. Y a mí me encanta mucho porque yo fallo en esas, o bueno, he fallado en esas situaciones por manejarlo de otra forma más objetiva, más cuadrada, más simple, sin emoción. Porque yo normalmente hubiera dicho, podemos hacerlo después. El decir eso es decir de que no quiero yo hacerlo, pero lo estoy haciendo por ti. Y si bien quieres hacer también, tener los planes conmigo y también esta cosa, el hecho de que yo diga, es que ahora yo estoy sacrificando lo nuestro, que también quieres, por esto otro que también quieres, queda mal. Entonces que tú también muestres interés en lo que ella quiere, queda mejor, porque así quitas esa culpa de que es que ahora por lo que yo quiero cancelamos eso, me siento mal y bla bla bla. Drama de trasfondo que no te enteras hasta que explota. Por experiencia es que lo comento. No es que sea también un pinche experto, pero lo que voy es que a mí me ha pasado eso. Entonces pues, eso fue genialidad de esos diálogos. Me encanta. Porque te hace sentir que yo estoy aprendiendo, que sí estoy entendiendo y que ya no voy a cometer los mismos errores que hice antes. Que si bien no los hice con una mala intención, se puede interpretar de esa forma. Entonces, wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great. Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Junjin y Shiyun charlan alegremente.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also means I can make better use of the stage and transition into the scene more quickly.
Ah, okay. So there was even more to it than I thought. So, wouldn't it make sense to contrast this with the Dongtong Apasionado section that comes directly afterward by making the latter a little more sophisticated?
I think I know which section you're talking about.
Ah, sorry. What am I saying? This is a fixed formula, isn't it? My suggestion would completely break the format.
No, it's okay. It's an interesting idea for sure. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really? Wow, I'm so honored.
Me siento totalmente ajena a esta conversación.
Shuryun, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about,
Tiene novio, bla bla bla.
Oh, okay. I was also going to ask for your opinion on the set and the costumes.
Yes, well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless pearls of wisdom she could share on her chosen craft. But, not all of our readers are quite so, artistically literate, shall we say. A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know, what does Yunjin do when she is off stage?
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major celebrity, and a lot of our readers are interested to know what life is like for you. What kind of place you live in, what kind of things you eat, clothes you wear,
Tengo
things you
entendido
buy.
que el problema que están tratando de dar a entender aquí es que normalmente muchas personas, y sobre todo los actores, no les interesa en lo mínimo su propia vida. Entonces hablar de ello no es tan emocionante como hablar de algo que les apasiona. Normalmente tu vida no te apasiona lo que haces. Y también ser una figura pública representa que todos los ojos están en ti. Sí, pero tampoco quieres, o sea, no quieres eso. Quieres ser el centro de atención sobre lo que estás haciendo, no sobre lo que es tu vida, ¿no?
Besides rehearsing, a day in my life
y también porque idealizan mucho. Piensan que la vida de alguien tan importante o alguien tan talentoso como ella va a ser súper diferente a los demás, o es incluso una genialidad cuando realmente no.
Nonsense. Of course it is. Just think how many people were at your show earlier. They come from all over just to show their support.
Por el show que ella representa y hace.
In fact, a relative of mine has a daughter who's been saying she wants to broaden her horizons recently. She's been looking for a chance to give you a jade hairpin as a gift.
Oh. It's against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons. Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false pretenses? I must get Yunning to look into it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw Gentry Moutsai and the Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are they patrons of your shows too?
Inversores.
So, what are your thoughts on Snezhnaya and the Fatui?
Mecenas. Aguanten. Coño, aguanten. Mecenas. Persona, fundación rica y poderosa que protege a los artistas y adquiere promueve sus obras. Ok.
I'm sorry. This is my first interview, and my notes are becoming a total mess. I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article. Mr. Boyi, maybe you should take a look too.
Don't be ridiculous! Stopping an interview halfway through to organize your notes? What are you talking about? Hey, all right. Miss Yun, we'll just be a moment.
La periodista agarra al editor jefe y se va. ¿Te ves cansada?
I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunning stopped the interview for me. But the next day, the tabloids were full of articles like "Dramatic Exit, Yunjin storms out of interview," and "Miss La-di-da opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunning said all interview requests have to go through her. I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I have to make sure I concentrate on my actions off stage too.
Al público le encanta tus actuaciones.
Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd. I cherish them as members of my audience too. But there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels wrong there. Ugh. They could be back at any moment, so I should stay here for now. But could you go look into it for me?
Por estar leyendo, será mejor que no me vean aquí. No entendí, pero creo que en inglés no dijo eso. Regresarán en cualquier momento y yo debo estar aquí. Yo me
If
encargaré.
you find out anything, come straight back here and let me know.
Sí. Tipa tipa tipi topo. Tipa tipi to. Tipi 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 tipi. Tipa tipa tipi tipi to.
Just... How can you be so cruel to Miss Yoon?
Shh. Keep your voice down. Whatever you got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out. What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear? I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yoon has put her heart and soul into...
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me?
Huh? Who are you? Ah, the one with Yunjin just now.
So, you've been lying in ambush for us, huh? Hey, come on, scram!
Okay. Okay.
¿Qué? ¿Cómo vergas me vio? ¡No! ¡Fuck you! Eso es injusto. No, 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 no. No. Me rehúso. Eso fue totalmente basura. No es entonces. Encuentros por menciones. No, cancélalo. ¡Cancélalo! Sí, no, Nel. Entonces no es en base a... Cita medianoche, vistantes, rastros sospechosos. Sí, yo iba a sacar el chido, no el feo. Ah, iba a sacar... No sé cuál iba a sacar. No es en base si te están viendo, es en base si... No solo es en base si estás en vista. También se basa en qué tan cerca estás. Pero si están de acuerdo, si aún escuchas algo, dices, solo está crujiendo la madera. No te lo quedas viendo hacia la madera. Oh, hay algo ahí. No. No vi que tenía esto.
I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here.
Ahora se tardó en hacerlo, ¿no? Antes se quedaba quieto ahí. Este juego juega con mis sentimientos y no me agrada. Y nada más hemos alcanzado uno. Qué triste. Que yo no lo dije. Pero sí sentía que precisamente el vato solo quería algo para agarrar gente mientras ella estaba interesado en su trabajo. Pero bueno, creo que eso era más que obvio.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear?
Tico.
I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yoon has put her heart and soul into...
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Eso sí no lo entiendo.
Me? You're the one making everything up.
Well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract you signed. Come. We'll continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady.
Qué verga, el güey tiene visión, poderes, es Dios. Chico Taisho, escóndete.
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have
Perdido lo hice
any
bien.
idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours?
No, se me hace que se buguea esa cosa.
Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steam Bird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I hadn't told that little white lie? Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the issue, I'll probably have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yun like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway.
Oh, I sang a couple of shows, so now I'm a national superstar.
Give me a break. No one wants to read about your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works.
Case in point, that blonde guy seemed to be getting along pretty well with Yunjin. There's definitely a story there, even if there isn't.
Ugh, that's enough! I'm reporting you to the Millilith!
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything. Where's your proof? You better tread carefully, Missy. First you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well the consequences. If you sabotage this interview, I will make sure you lose everything you have. I will ruin you. You understand?
Why? Oh, why did I sign that contract?
Me mantendré... 2 finales. No. Yunjin me dijo, ve a ver y me informas. Me mantendré al margen hasta que se lo haya contado a Yunjin primero.
Well, think very carefully about what you're going to do. This is a
¿Qué voy a
rare
hacer?
opportunity. Now, I need to think how to phrase these interview questions.
You... Hey, wait!
Ah, chinga. Ah, pues sí, ¿verdad? Yunjin. Me volteé.
Did you find anything out?
Verás. Le cuentas todo con detalle, Yunjin.
I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected.
Deberíamos reportarlo a la
Not
Armada.
yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved. Besides, if we rush to report him now, it's only going to give him more material to write about.
Y si yo hubiera actuado también... amigo de la maestra Yunjin, todo un peligro. Se junta con criminales y pues no. No creo que sea la primera vez que lo hacen.
You're right. But tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses.
Tabloides.
The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a trace, and you've got no chance of catching them. I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me.
¿Cómo puede percibirme a través de las paredes? Sí, eso da mucho miedo.
Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want to send a letter to that journalist.
Claro, yo me encargo.
Great, thank you.
De nada, cosita. Yunjin escribe una carta inmediatamente.
The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
Tucu, tucu, tu. ¡No! Estoy atrapado en un bucle infinito. Y salí. Ok. Correspondencia aérea. Oh, no.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of paper?
Técnicamente sí.
If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you right here on the spot. You will stay here and reflect on your actions if you know what's good for you. Sorry, but I'm not babysitting you anymore today.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Apareces después de que el editor se vaya.
You're the one who was with Miss Yun earlier.
Yunjin escribió esta carta para ti.
Oh, really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? I'll read it right away. Wow. Really? I can't believe this.
¿Qué dice la carta?
Miss Yun says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding. So not only can he not get any money off of me, I can take this contract to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and blow the whistle on him. I didn't think about any of this when I was job hunting. I just signed the contract without a second thought. I always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too?
Es increíble.
If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Bueno, pero también estuvieras atrapado con un imbécil.
I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life
Ay, perdón.
problems.
¿Tienes más evidencias?
Well, Mr. Boyi says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is. Plus, I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence.
Quizás esté planeando despedirte cuando termine tu periodo de prueba.
I wouldn't put it past him. But the letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
Okay, I think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions?
Well, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? Otherwise, I'll think of something I didn't ask later, and by then, it'll be too late.
Le seguiré haciendo preguntas porque cuando pase el tiempo y se me ocurre una pregunta que no le hice, me voy a arrepentir.
So, hey, where's that, friend of yours who was here earlier? You guys seemed, pretty close.
Ustedes dos parecen muy
Not
cercanos.
intentionally avoiding the interview, surely.
Aquí
You're
estoy.
finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiryun? Hey, what's going on here? Hey, Shiryun, don't forget the contract you signed.
Justo estábamos hablando de
The
eso.
traveler clued me in. This contract you made me sign? It isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Isn't worth the paper it's written on? Don't be ridiculous. It's all there, clear as day. Don't you think I did my research?
Research? Oh, so you're a news editor. But you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself. She doesn't get how this all works. My apologies. Now, back to our interview?
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Qixing announced a new interpretation. So I'm just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't miss anything when you were researching this?
I'm pretty sure I read everything relevant.
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous!
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to a close here.
Don't listen to her! I run a legitimate business. Everything we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Millilith starts scrutinizing your business, well, not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy will come under their magnifying glass as well. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time if there's any aspect of your business you want to double-check from a legal standpoint.
Si hay algún punto de su negocio que quiera doble chequear desde un punto legal. ¿Qué les pasó a los traductores? ¿Ya no les pagan lo suficiente?
I won't forget this!
Hey, where do you think you're going?
El editor en jefe entra en pánico y se va.
Miss Yun, why did you stop me?
Va a deshacerse de la evidencia cuando llegue.
Right, and the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
I'm not a legal expert. I haven't the faintest idea. All that was just an act, aimed at getting him to show us the way.
Wow.
Show us the way to
¿De dónde
what?
trabaja?
Eugene, the Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
O sea, sí, gracias, Heather.
Yes, I had Yunning report to the Millilith while you were delivering the letter for me. The penalty terms in Shuryun's contract are too severe. Even if they don't violate the law, I'm sure he must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience. So all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird.
Ay, me está dando como sonalita. Ahí está.
And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence.
No puedo creer que nos los hayas ocultado tan bien.
Well, acting has to be authentic to be believable.
Tabloide. Ah.
Tabloide.
Ah. No leo la definición. Fuck. Periódico de formato más pequeño del habitual, especialmente el de orientación sensacionalista. Ese tabloide era considerado escandaloso. Formato de 432 por 279 milímetros. Bueno, he aprendido mucho. Oh, fuck. Se me cayó el celular.
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their antics too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications.
No sonaría, no está mal.
I only just realized what this means. I'm going to be out of a job, aren't I?
Well, would you still be interested in submitting an article to the Steambird? But the
yes,
Oh,
of course. But would they really accept an article from me?
Yunning, when can we arrange the next interview for?
Oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. Work for you?
Okay. Shiryun, let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay. I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
Tendrás pocos amigos. Es mucho más fácil ganar 1 millón de mora que encontrar a alguien que conozca tu corazón. ¡Wow! Lecciones de vida por Genshin Impact. Estuvo lindo. Bueno, no lindo, estuvo bueno, estuvo chido. Pinches corruptos, mueran. Bueno, eso es demasiado extremo, pero entienden qué quiero decir. Oh, Jesús. Un contrato riguroso, rastros sospechosos. Y yo cagándola, ¿no? A ver, espérame Este soy yo cagándola. ¿Es otra forma de cagarla? Tal vez. Y volaré.
Are you ready to stop what? Just think of...
But what about...
You really think as long as we make it?
This...
I don't... No one wants to read about case in point. That blonde...
That's...
Report me? You
Defamation! Exclamation! Notification! Pontification! Desnecessaration! Irrecontestable de poner fin ahora mismo! Show is shuffling Colorado!
I'm warning you, don't do anything stupid or I'll...
¿O tú?
I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Uy, mira cómo tiembla.
I was so focused on Miss Yun earlier that I didn't notice who it was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
He's the traveler. You know, the one who even the Chi Sing will listen to.
What the... what have I gotten myself into?
No need to get all worked up here. What we
Déjate de juegos sucios.
Yes, quite right. You are quite right. I'm disappearing into thin air as we speak.
Just my luck.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was going to turn out like this.
Lo escuché todo. No es culpa tuya.
But I'm so ashamed. I don't know how I could face Miss Yun now. So please pass on my apologies to her.
Pues eso es lo que yo podía hacer, aparentemente.
Did you find anything out?
Shijun me pidió que me disculpara por ella. Le cuentas, yo te contesté a Yunjin.
I see. Well, it's not unexpected. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shiryun for longer. She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
No imaginé que eso era lo que tenías en mente.
Yunjin. Did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
No creo que regresen.
These tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal. Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow. Short of catching them all in their lair in one fell swoop, who knows when this is going to end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Well, wallowing isn't gonna solve anything. Come on, go tell everyone in the troupe to be extra cautious during this time. Gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
Bad ending. ¡No! Lástima que el mundo no sea un lugar mejor. Parece que Yunjin va a estar ocupada por bastante tiempo. ¡No! Este es el peor. Lo odio, detesto. Oh no. Hubiera preferido no averiguar lo que eso era. Esas 20 protogemas no me hubieran molestado en absoluto. Pero entonces, ¿qué dice si fallo? Si me descubren y le digo... A ver, me dio curiosidad. No creo que afecte en qué etapa de su conversación te atrapen. Solo importa que te atrapen. Ni que fuera 12 minutes.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking. Huh? So, you've been
Okay.
Me cacharon.
Did you find anything out?
Se escaparon. Le cuentas todo con detalle, Yunjin. No, pues es que fíjate, reina.
It's just a... She genuinely understands. If I had the chance to talk with her more in...
Okay. Did you agree to another in these tabloid type? Sure, nothing. Sure.
Okay.
Well, wallowing. Geo.
Vale, ok. Curiosidad saciada. Si eso me hubiera tocado por la basura de que el vato tiene sentido extrasensorial, me hubiera pegado un tiro en las bolas. Uf. ¿Cómo llegó este? Ah, diciendo que en el pastel, ¿verdad?
Miss Yoon?
Hey, get back.
Are you a...
Sorry, Miss Yoon.
Miss Yoon, I'm...
You...
Yes.
Animated.
Yes. I...
Esa es una técnica de speedrun.
We were based in
No se
Fontaine.
preocupen.
I see. Then it's no wonder.
Hey, Miss...
Actually...
Será mejor que tu representante concierte la entrevista. Seré un patán egoísta y nos veremos.
Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troupe is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. So we'll have to do this one by the book. Please liaise with my manager, and we can do this interview another day. The Steambird is a highly reputable publication, so I'm sure my manager won't give you a hard time. Once the interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But...
Fair enough. Sorry if we're being intrusive. Please forgive us. We'll leave you in peace.
Hey, come on, quit dawdling.
No dijo eso.
I'm coming. Bye, Monsieur.
Bueno, sí, pero más resumido. Es que ven, a eso me refiero. Siento que hay veces en las que la forma en la que traducen los diálogos es para hacerlo más corto y no ser tan redundantes o ahorrarse texto. Realmente no es, o sea, algo por el estilo. Pero hay veces en las que en vez de hacerlo más corto lo hacen más largo. Entonces, por eso mi entendimiento no es que traten de ahorrar espacio, traten de ahorrar palabras o traten de parafrasearlo. Es únicamente que lo están haciendo mal.
Hey, wait.
La traducción.
That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager.
Se fueron.
Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plan.
¿Qué vamos a hacer?
Now that I
Ah,
think
sí, me ibas a dar
about
las gracias.
I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one remaining, so let's make the most of it.
A menos que me rechaces. Habla con los periodistas. Ajá. Peñasco, chijo. Vamos al restaurante One Million.
I can smell the fragrance of food in the air. Yes, Cherhu Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance.
Vamos al restaurante One Min.
Oh, you're a fan of Chef Mao's cooking too? One Min Restaurant's blackback perch stew is hot, spicy, and fresh. but it's not kind on the throat, so unfortunately I can't eat much of it. Also, it's a bit cramped in there. I prefer open-air restaurants. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before? His grilled tigerfish is the best
Me dio
around.
una espada.
Third Round Knockout and Wanmin Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue, this is the place to go. Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot coals in the cool breeze. Let's go.
Yo me pregunto, ¿dónde estará Paimon durante todo eso? No es que la quiera, solo es como, ¿dónde está? Nunca se despega de nosotros.
Tigerfish! Grilled tigerfish, hot off the grill! Oh, hey there. Is this a Miss Yoon which I see before me? It's been a while. What'll it be? The usual?
Ahí sí lo recortaron un chingo, pero en esencia sí.
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend
Le
today.
quitaron su personalidad y sus frasecitas acá, ujujujujuja, para nada más dar el mensaje. Pero lo que voy es eso. Ok, entiendo si es para parafrasear, si era para cortar, ¿no? Para aquellos que no les gusta escuchar por completo y solo quieren leer el mensaje en tal, ok, pero hay veces en las que hacen más largo el mensaje incluso que lo que dice los... Que tal vez esto se deba, tal vez será por... ¿Lo traducen directamente del chino, japonés? Es que según yo Genshin Impact es chino, pero creo que es más japonés, no tengo ni idea. ¿Lo traducirán directo del chino y no del inglés? Y del inglés y el español, cada uno obtiene una diferente interpretación. No tengo la menor idea. Con unos amigos.
And of course, some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one,
con la cantidad normal de picante.
Got it. Your grilled tigerfish will be ready soon.
Con el que sí pica. Eso es muy mexicano. ¿También sirven papitas aquí?
Yeah, I don't advertise it though, because it's just something I'm experimenting around with for fun. Miss Yun likes a drink with her barbecue, so I ended up getting her to try them out for me. So, would you two like some tea, or?
Anything new?
Well, I managed to scrounge some milk from Dongsheng next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there called milk tea. I tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm. Still way off being ready to add to my menu.
Tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best thing for my throat, but if I'm just having a little taste,
Mi atención está por completo en el
I
perrito.
think it should be fine.
¿A dónde irá? ¿Qué hace? ¿A dónde fue?
Oh, but what about you? Anything you want to drink?
Té con leche.
Okay, let's get yours in first. And then I'll have one of each, if that's all right. I'd like to try them all.
Okie dokie. And here's your tigerfish, fresh off the grill.
Come on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot. Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation.
Come bien. Eso es algo atractivo por alguna razón para mí.
That was great. Shame about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left over.
No puedo quedarme con el resto. ¿Qué harás con el resto?
Well, I mean, I could just drink them, but they're a little bland for me. Nothing that special. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just add some flavor back in. In fact, do you know the hot pot game?
Otra vez ese juego. ¿Te refieres a...?
Let's play the hot pot game with the leftover drinks. I'll add some extra ingredients based on my tastes, then you try to guess what I added. Sound good? Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half, so I won't add any weird stuff.
¿Estás segura de que el juego de Shabu Shabu es así?
We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on, I'll go grab some ingredients from the shop next door. Once you've psyched yourself up, come and join me.
Ahorita estoy percibiendo a Yujin como ese interés amoroso o esa amiga, en cuyo caso, que es muy chida de convivir, pero también tienes esa sensación de que es muy...
Oh, and no peeking.
muy refinada. ¿Me explico? O sea, te llevarías súper bien con ella, podrías dialogar con ella súper fácil. Pues siempre tendrías en mente esta cuestión de que, o al menos yo, no puedo ser tan tonto y vulgar. Tengo que mantener cierta imagen y cierta percha, cierta calidad. ¿Me explico? Lo cual hace que te pongas nervioso. Bueno, al menos es como lo percibo. Mirar a otro lado.
Ready. Let me try it first. Pretty good. Your turn.
No he visto bien su reacción. ¿Lo degustó o lo bebo de golpe? Veamos qué tal está. Notas un sabor refrescante en la boca. Otra vez. Notas un sabor agridulce en las papilas gustativas con un regusto frutal. Fuck, debería de prestar atención. Refrescante, diré que es menta. Agridulce con un regusto frutal. Alguna frutilla. Degustarlo de verdad. Es pegajoso y difícil de beber, sin embargo hay que formar su viscosidad. ¿Cómo te lo has bebido sin hacer ni una mueca?
Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it?
¿Será que ya me acostumbré a este tipo de sabores?
So did you work out what ingredients I added?
Justo estaba pensando, condensado de slime. Ok, menta a la da fuerza. Mermelada por lo frutal y condensado, supongo que es esta.
You guessed them all correctly. You seem to have a well-developed palate.
¿Cuándo fue?
Some more combinations next time.
¿Cuándo fue que de la nada todos dijeron, sí, utilicemos la baba de los slimes para hacer comida?
I wonder what kind of new
Qué
flavors
bueno,
I could
tiene
create with some
sentido.
more traditional teas, like pine nectar or snow blossom.
O sea, pues es que sí, no es como... Es la fauna silvestre. Son cosas que encuentras en la naturaleza. Así como nosotros comemos vacas y demás, es porque, ¿a quién se le ocurrió matar a una vaca, cocinarla? Pues lo mismo, ¿a quién se le ocurrió slime y ponerlo? Tiene sentido. Nunca imaginé que la Yunjin fuera del escenario sería así.
Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am
yo
off
personalmente
stage.
no hubiera dicho nada así porque es muy tonto asumir que la que ves en el escenario es la, o sea, no, nada que ver.
Sometimes when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night.
Es una pena, la Yunjin fuera del escenario es mucho más entrañable.
I bought you one drink, okay? That's not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that.
Te compré una bebida, ¿sí? No te da la licencia de que puedes decir cosas raras como esa.
Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere. I'll let it go.
Quiero pensar que la interpretación de eso es que son cosas que dan penita, cosas que solo se le dice a alguien muy especial, a alguien muy apegado a ti. Y pues obviamente es como que, wow, me gusta que lo digas, pero detente, bobito. Hay un proceso para llegar a ese punto.
All I was trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person. I mean, if we hadn't had the chance to hang out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see. Like the mighty and distinguished traveler, diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks.
Y yo habría pensado que eras una cantante señorona y poposa.
Thespian maybe. But I don't think I'm old enough to be called stuffy just yet. Just think of me as another one of your friends. just one who happens to have a flair for the dramatic. So, friend, what shall we do next? Something to remember today by?
Tomemos una imagen junto.
Get a photo? You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later? Sounds good. Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how should I pose?
Welcome to Second Life. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction. Push me and then just touch me till I está mal. Pero yo pensé que una selfie.
It looks good. I hope whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today.
Entonces, hasta pronto.
Hold on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by.
Sí, tienes razón.
You take this one, and I'll take another photo of you.
Oof.
But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a good view. I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first.
¿Qué tan lejos está? Ah, es aquí lo. Ven, ya no tengo sueño, ahora estoy muy happy, muy animado.
Sorry to keep you waiting so
¿Cómo
long.
diablos hicieron para que sonara más fuerte la tela? Tampoco esperé tanto tiempo.
The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. I could see you chose it carefully. Yes, this angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close your eyes.
¿Que cierre los ojos? Para la imagen.
Yes, please. Quickly now.
Oh. Cierras los ojos. Luego se oyen unos pasos ligeros seguidos por la voz de Junjin al lado de tu oído.
3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
Ay, creo en una humanidad, creo en el amor y creo en el futuro. Una vez más. Juntos por intereses en común, una imagen para el recuerdo. ¡Ay, qué precioso! Junjin acaba de escalar cañón en la escala de waifus. Oh, Dios santo, ahora es una Atir. Van a hacer que me dé algo. Van a hacer que me dé algo. Los odio, van a hacer que crea en la humanidad y en el amor una vez más. Y las odio por eso. ¿Cómo llegó esta ruta? Habla con Junji.
We can try some more I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just... Well, people do often, so in that sense. But there are many more. Sometimes, when I get letters, I can write back.
Tu persona es más importante sobre el escenario. Es inevitable.
You think so? So you prefer the way I am on stage too? It's fair enough. After all, every detail of my onstage presence, from the songs to the costumes and makeup, is carefully crafted for maximum appeal.
Y qué culera
And I've worked
respuesta.
hard to try and cultivate an image that appeals to everyone, regardless of age or gender. But if I can't lighten up and joke around, even with my closest friends when I'm off stage, that's a real bummer. Never mind. Talking about this is just going to kill the mood. Tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you. So, did you have a good time? Is there anything else you want? Like something to remember the evening by?
Recorchiles.
A souvenir, perhaps? Anything you can think of?
No voy a leer eso. ¿Por qué me hacen hacer esto por 20 protogemas?
Okay, here you go. Well,
No.
people ask me for autographs all the time. Usually what they want is a signed picture of me on stage.
No quiero seguir leyendo esta.
Ah, yes! That one is a picture. I have one just...
Hey, are you guys talking?
No.
I have one in the store.
Well, what do you think?
Y... No. No. Ah, eso. Ah, no me duró mucho la felicidad. Fuck. Ah, Dios. Ah. Odio esto. Odio cómo se siente esto. Ah, fuck. Ah. Oye, no, ¿por qué le dieron dos finales culeros? Ah. Me hace llorar ver esto. Qué bonito. Y ve esto. ¿Qué pedo? No. Oye, no. Fucking hell. El que conseguimos. El segundo. El tercero, porque teníamos que explorarlo. El cuarto y el quinto. ¡Oh, Dios santo! ¡Ah! ¿Cómo odio eso? Sí, 20 protogemas con tal de destrozarme el corazón. ¿Esta es una lección de vida, acaso? ¿Estás dispuesto a tener un mal rato y experimentar algo horrible con tal de conseguir dinero? Oh, vaya. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Quedé muy insatisfecho. Demasiado insatisfecho. Y todo por 20 protogemas. Por 40. Oh, fuck. Oh, eso sí me dejó un mal sabor, ¿Este qué es? Encanomilla. Este ya no dice porque qué hueva pescar. Ay, porque no he ido. Ya no tengo amigos. No, obviamente sí a Ritsu y a Lin, pero ya no contactamos para Genshin. Ya cada quien es tan fuerte e independiente para hacer esto. Lo que necesita. ¡Qué horrible! ¿Por qué me dejaste hacer el resto de finales? Estoy hablando conmigo mismo. God damn it. Dime algo bonito. No, algo bonito.
Oh, so today's your birthday? Well, I wouldn't know how to throw you a feast if I tried. So, how about I sing you a song? For you alone, an audience of one. So, what song would you like to hear me sing? The choice is yours.
Eso me gusta.
As the saying goes, achievement in a field is the result of how hard you are willing to work at it, not how much you enjoy it.
¿Cómo? Ah.
It looks like all my rigorous training is finally paying off. I began my training in the art of the spear, hoping to enhance my performance in stage combat. I stuck with it, hoping to master the techniques of self-defense. Today, It looks like I have finally achieved both of these goals. The art of the spear is a vast and profound discipline. There's an almost infinite number of things one can learn. I am glad to have had you by my side during my training. I believe I've grasped the basics now. I dare say you'd better be careful when we're sparring together in the future.
Ok, eso alegró mi alma. Ok, ya estoy bien. Recuperé la esperanza media que tenía sobre la vida. Porque tengo tan poquita vida. Curioso. Ok, pues bueno, hasta ahí dejamos esto. Gracias por haberme acompañado. Obviamente mi final favorito fue el de la foto juntos. Porque si bien el que nos tocó estuvo bien. O sea, me gustó porque es como que cumplimos con nuestro tonto objetivo. Y además, ¿cómo se dice? Pudimos convivir con ella y poder platicar y aprender de ella algo que le apasiona muchísimo, lo que es toda su vida. Y eso me fascina mucho. Yo creí que iba a ser el mejor porque precisamente era... No, ¿cuál fue el primero que nos tocó? ¿No? Sí. Sí, porque salimos. Me gustó muchísimo más juntos por intereses en común. Mucho, mucho más. Pero yo pensé que iba a obtener el mejor final cuando hiciéramos lo que ambos queríamos, ¿no? No en el punto de que, ¿sabes qué? Mejor contrólate, quédate quieta, no hagas lo que quieras. Y ahí fue cuando me dieron el mejor final. No sé, ahí me engañó mi sentido arácnido. Pero por mucho, ese fue mi final preferido. Porque precisamente... Al menos lo que yo entendí en esta ruta es que aparte no solo nos conocimos y platicamos de nuestros afines y nuestros intereses, sino también pudimos platicar más a fondo de cómo es cada quien fuera de lo que hace. Pudimos conocer a Yunjin como realmente es fuera del escenario. Ella muestra una imagen pública como representante de la ópera de como sea que se llame de Liyue. Pero fuera de eso, ¿quién la conoce? ¿Quién sabe cómo es? ¿Quién sabe qué le gusta? Y el hecho de que ella pueda sentirse bien contigo, siendo quien es realmente fuera de la imagen pública, es una cosa maravillosa. Yo he sentido el poder ser yo 100%, sin filtros, sin muros protectores, sin tener que preocuparme de que lo que diga vaya a tener una mala represalia. Lo he podido experimentar y es de lo más asombroso. Por eso este final es mi favorito. Porque es precisamente lo que representa. Y también podemos verla actuando súper apegada al viajero. Y saben cómo me mama el romance y drama y comedia en estas cosas. Entonces sí, estuvo muy, muy chido. Y sí vimos muchas facetas. Vimos su faceta de la decepción de su trabajo y las entrevistas, su faceta inteligente, su faceta astuta de cómo poder resolver algo muy genial y además poder compartir con alguien que también tiene su misma pasión. La parte de personal de quién es fuera del escenario y la parte de cómo es que hace lo que hace en el escenario. Se me hizo muy completo y muy genial. Y no sé si soy yo, porque todavía hasta Diona segunda parte, no, Noel, ¿y quién tenía segunda parte? ¿Diona también tenía segunda parte? No, ¿quién tiene segunda parte? ¿Diona tiene segunda parte? Noel, eres una pillina. Eres la única con segunda parte. Wow. Ajá. Todavía hasta antes, porque sí recuerdo que estas dos venían juntos, el acto 2 y el de Diona. Creo. Cuando todavía hasta antes de este punto se me hacían aburridos los encuentros porque eran muy largos para mí y porque también consumían bastante tiempo. Y también parloteaba mucho más en ese entonces. Se me hacían muy largos y un tanto aburridos. No sé si es por mi humor en aquel entonces, que todavía no me iba tan al carajo como hoy, y por eso lo consideraba aburrido. O sea, interesante y bonito en algunos aspectos, pero aburrido en general. Y ya después cuando tuve mi caída, fue que, porque todavía estas dos sí fue como que, no estuvo tan mal. Estos me gustaron más. No sé si es eso, o es porque también han mejorado mucho en el manejo de cómo escriben a los personajes y te hacen sentir apego hacia ellos y descubrir sus facetas y lo que hacen. Realmente no sé, pero sí siento una enorme diferencia entre la misión de Eugene y el resto. La de Goro, es que sí me gustó más que la de Goro, porque la de Goro no estuvo mal, pero en la de Goro sí sentí que todo se daba muy raro, o sea, muy sin bases. Es como pasa porque pasó y ya. Que sí, dije que me fascinaba mucho cómo todo se basaba a otro personaje, lo cual se me hace muy gracioso. Pero, o sea, sí, como que sentía que no tenía una razón de ser muchas cosas. Era como que muy, sí, porque sí. Con Beidou, de hecho Beidou se parece mucho a la de Yunjin. Podemos explorar varias de sus facetas, como la capitana. Podemos explorar la faceta amistosa, la de su infancia, la de, pues oye, todo lo que me pasó, cómo se abrió con nosotros, su faceta personal, su pasado. Seductora nada más fue por hacer el chiste, pero también queda bien. Cuando todo termine, su lado oscuro en el sentido de los roces legales que hacen los piratas hoy en día, la parte de su trabajo, de cómo ella maneja y trata de ayudar al resto, y cómo es con la gente que conoce. Pero no sé por qué el de Junjin me terminó agradando más. Realmente no lo sé. Tal vez por la forma de ser de ella. Porque si bien me fascina Beidou, su personaje, cómo es y cómo reflexiona y cómo piensa las cosas, Yunjin es un poco más, tal vez por el trato que se dan. Porque sí, en no casi hubo indicios entre ellos de que hay como codazos entre ellos, ¿no? Y en cambio con Yunjin sí. Y como a mí me encanta ese tema de romance, comedia, drama, por eso me terminó gustando más. Tal vez es por eso. Dejaremos como que esa es mi explicación, el por qué me gustó, y me callaré 5000 años a partir de ahora. Y mañana tempranito los veo con el de Ningguang, tempranito, porque la actualización llega a la tarde, y en la tarde, que es cuando como y demás, no voy a poder hacerlo, y va a valer cosa, ¿vale? Entonces, gracias por haberme acompañado. Nos vemos en el siguiente episodio de Genshin Impact mañanita. Y nada, ¿cuál es la lección de esta misión? Como siempre, no asumas cosas de la gente que... Como dijo Yunjin, no solo estudies y te quedes con una faceta de la persona, porque de lo contrario no podrás conocer el resto de sus facetas. Si conoces todas, conocerás mucho mejor a la persona y te llevarás mejor con ella. O mejor dicho, como ella lo dijo, porque no me acuerdo. En fin. Hasta la próxima.